Dr. Robinson here with another tech lesson, and we're going to go over how to get your Braille display working well with your computer, specifically Word, how you change your schemes in order to make it speak well, and of course your voice profile. So I'm going to Windows 4 and quickly open Word.
Windows 4, taskbar, Word, Escape, Edit.
Okay, so what you want to do is get your Braille display, and all Braille displays have slightly different commands. For example, the Beetle is backspace, space, and T, which change between contracted and uncontracted, or the ability to Braille. And then, of course, like the Focus 40 is G, backspace, or .7, and spacebar. So depending on your Braille display, you can quickly go back and forth between contracted and uncontracted Braille. Not all Braille displays enable that, but that's just a heads up on that. So the first thing I want you to do is insert 6.
Word JAWS settings center dialog. Search box edit. Type in text. Control.
So I'm going to hush them up. This is where we're going to set all of our defaults. Control Shift D to set as default. If you forget that command, you can Shift Tab one time.
Application combo box Word 109.
But it's only going to change your setup for just Word. So just realize if you open your Insert 6, it's going to be just changing for that program unless you do Control Shift D.
JAWS settings center default all applications.
Hush them up and tab in.
Search box edit. Type in text.
And there's a lot of options to hear here, but the big one is I'm going to type in
BRAILLE. Braille mode structured. General Braille.
Now, I could go down arrow and hit my space bar and change options here, but I want to hit my F6 to jump pane, a P-A-N-E, and it can be a P-A-I-N if you don't know how to do this. Think of window panes as big boxes that you have to jump into. So I'm going to hit F6.
General page, Braille mode combo box, structured.
Structured is the first option that you want. This will accidentally get changed, and the Braille will be to the left or to the right. It will be in a configuration that you do not want. So make sure your Braille mode is structured, or your Braille display is going to read very odd. You can also do Alt-D to auto-detect Braille display using Bluetooth. I highly suggest that, even though you're going to discover that if you set it up correctly in your context menu in JAWS and your Bluetooth settings on your computer, this just fine-tunes it to really make sure it does connect. I have active cursor follows Braille display, and Braille cursor follows active cursor. I usually tell sighted teachers or sighted people, even though they may have some Braille experience, this really helps them follow the student as they're reading along on their Braille display. If you're blind and you totally get it anyway, then that's not going to be an issue because you're probably already a really good Braille reader. But those are just a few tricks for sighted TVIs. The big one that I want to go to is output and input, and so I'm going to do Alt-O to jump there.
Alt-O, output combo box, Unified English Braille grade 2, 5 of 5. Touch.
So we do want to set up the default as UEB2 and then tab again.
Input combo box, Unified English Braille grade 2, 2 of 2. Touch.
Now, I'm going to tell you, by default, Show Current Word in Computer Braille is automatically checked. So people will get this set up and they still don't understand. They've set it up with UEB2, but yet they still see Computer Braille on their display. And so that box is checked. Now, if I tab, if you're visual, you'll see I'm going to jump right over it. If you're not visual, you're going to see it doesn't even go there.
Suppress capital signs checkbox not checked. To check.
So to get that enabled, I'm going to Shift Tab back one time.
Input combo box, Unified English Braille.
And I'm going to down arrow once.
Computer Braille 1 of 2.
Up arrow once. And then I can tab.
Show current Word and Computer Braille checkbox not checked.
And then it allows me to get there. That's going to be checked. You want to uncheck that. Then you can go back and change it to UEB2.
Input combo box, Computer Braille 1 of 2. Unified English Braille grade 2, 2 of.
So now, let's say you're on the Braille Note Touch and you can do N and space. Now you can quickly go back and forth between contracted and uncontracted. Once again, it's just a different Braille display and they all have different commands. So once this is set up, you want to do Alt-A. You do want to apply this or it's not going to stick, and then you can hit Enter and close. I'm just leaving it exactly the same, so I'm going to hit escape and get out.
Escape. Document 1 word. Edit.
Okay, let me just
E-Y-A-N-E. Left, right, pair, enter.
Text in here. Control Home.
Video provides a powerful way to help you prove your point when you...
Now, that you can see it nice. It's nice and smooth reading. So let me go through and show you the voice scheme. So insert Alt-S.
Select a scheme dialog. List 1, list view. Word classic.
Word classic. It's going to give you nice, smooth reading. I actually have this particular read mode without punctuation, etc. I'll take you through how to make sure you know how to change those also. It just gives a nice reading. So if the student is listening to a book, it just gives them a really nice, smooth reading. The next one is the speed at which you want to listen.
Escape. Edit.
So I'm going to insert Control S this time.
Select the voice profile dialog. Default combo box. Eloquence 2.
Now that's Eloquence. I'm going to change to
D. Denise 1 of 5.
And I'm going to hit Enter.
Edit.
Okay, and then insert down arrow to listen to it quickly.
Video provides a powerful way to help you prove your point when you period.
So it's just a little bit faster in order that I can consume the information a little bit quicker. Of course, we have even a faster mode. So if you're doing something like a game like Kahoot, you can listen very, very rapidly in order to answer the questions very, very quickly. Okay, so once you change your schemes and once you change your voice profile, well, if you don't know how to set those up yet, let's go through that. Insert J gets you to your context menu. Some computers do not allow insert J. Let's just do that quickly.
JAWS context menu, option sub menu to move through like.
I'm going to hit escape out of there.
Escape, leaving menus.
So what you want to do is pin your JAWS icon on your taskbar. Mine's in the 3rd slot. If you're not sure if you have it or not, Windows T down to your taskbar and find out. I'm going to Windows 3 and open my context menu that way.
Windows 3, JAWS context menu option.
I'm also going to tell you, you can go to your desktop and you can hit J for your JAWS icon, hit enter, that will open it also. So I'm in my options, I'm going to hit enter on that.
Enter, basics, D.
And go down to voices.
Voices submenu, V. Enter, voice adjustment, V.
And enter.
Enter, leaving menus, voice adjustment dialog, profile name, combo.
So at this point, you can tab through, but once you learn this dialog box really well, you'll just Alt-V, tab to your rate, adjust your weight, and then tab to your punctuation. You need a reading writing mode, so all the punctuation is going to read. So when the student is writing an English paper and editing, all the punctuation will be read. So you want to set up several different voice profiles. When you do this, you want to save as, name them different names. If you want to make adjustments to that, then you're going to open the exact voice profile that you want. And let's say I made a slight adjustment.
Alt-V, adjust, combo box, all rate 83, left right slider 39, 40%.
Okay, so let's say I went up 1, then I'm going to apply it. Do not save as again. You've already saved it once, then you apply the difference. When you do a save as, it's always going to ask you if you want to set that as your default. So really think about what you want to set as your default, then every single time you turn on your computer, that is what's going to be speaking. But it's so easy to change your speaking.
Escape.
Now, very quickly, let me take you back to Word.
Document 1 word to move to an item, press D.
And insert Alt-S.
Select the scheme dialog. List 1, list view, word classic, 23 of 23. To P, proofreading attributes and font info. Scheme, proofreading attributes and font info, edit.
Okay, let me just bold something.
Times New Roman, video.
And
on.
It will be. Now,
Copy.
Now the
Victor.
voice changes also. So in proofreading, if you're doing an editing of work, make sure you change to your proofreading. And all the different sounds will be there. Italic, bold, color, everything will read at a slightly different rate, which
online
is just a really nice ability to give you feedback on that. So do play around with your schemes, see what works best for you. So all of those, you're changing your settings, changing your schemes, changing your voice profile, really gives you incredible ability to enjoy what you're listening to. Okay, I hope that helped. Give a thumbs up if you like this channel, and of course subscribe to the channel and you'll get a lot more lessons coming down the line for you in order to learn even more, and we'll talk to you later.
Meeting controls. To move to an item, press the arrow Alt Q. End meeting or leave meeting. End meeting for all but